welcome back to AmmoSmith.com. Here we are in the field, and here's what we're using. Here's my Steyr. This thing has a 20-inch barrel. It's a really nice rifle. Can't wait to try it. And here's the Weatherby. This has a 24-inch barrel, so we'll get some different velocities out of it. Unfortunately, I brought my chronograph, but I forgot to bring my 9-volt batteries for it. I got the batteries for the printer, but not the chronograph itself. Note to self, make sure I got batteries. So we have a target down about 50 yards, which is about right. And I brought some other ammunition I made. I loaded up some 168 grain with 48 grains of bark. So this should get us on the paper with the Steyr, because I've never shot it. I don't even know how it shoots. It's unfired. It's totally in unfired condition. So let's take a little look at it. So here's the Steyr. Has a nice butter knife handle bolt on it. It's really smooth. When I got this thing, I got it at a local gun shop here in Boise. And I asked them if they had any of these. The guy kind of scratched his head and said, I don't know. And he said, wait a minute, I think I got one in the back. So he went and brought this out. It's in 30.6, which nice for me. I don't have to go out and try to make brass for like 8x56 or 9x56, or order brass for like 6.5x54. But when I took it home, I ran a pass through it and nothing, it came out white. Put some solvent on it, it came out white. Then put some copper solvent and nothing. So I looked at the bolt face and there was no evidence of this thing ever being fired. So I think I'm going to be the first one to shoot this thing today. Let's take a look at her though. Look at that. It has two safeties on it. This is actually the last version of this made. I think from my research this was built around 1965 to about 1967. And I have a nice steel tube Weaver vintage scope on here. It's a 3x9. And like with all these Steyr Mannlicher rifles, it has a rotary magazine. And the thing is just built like a Swiss watch. I'm really hoping this thing shoots as well as it looks. It has a full stock. And the figure on the wood is pretty nice too. It's really a nice looking rifle. So let's get down to business. Alright, we have a double set trigger on here, which is really nice. It's adjustable. The regular trigger is really heavy. It's about 7 or 8 pounds. I have to adjust that. But when it's set, it's about 4. Now I'm having a little bit of a problem with the Weaver. It seems to have a lot of parallax to it, which is kind of a problem, but we'll see how well it does. First shot. That's better. Right next to the other one. Let's go take a look. The Weatherby's a really nice rifle. It's really light. Probably weighs about 7.5 pounds. This thing here, being wood and everything, probably weighs about 8.5. I mean, you can feel the difference. This one actually has recoil pad. This has a hard plastic. 3 rounds through the Weatherby. We'll see what it does on paper downrange. Same load, 168 grain Nosler hollow point bow tail with 48 grains even of Varget. We're using a Wolf large rifle primer to cap it off. complete safe weapons here. They're empty, the bolts are open. That helps the barrels cool a lot. Let's go down and see what it did on paper. Okay, we're back on the range, and let's go over some of the target results we got. They're pretty interesting, actually. This is the first groups we shot. We have the 2 shots from the Steyr. The first shot was on the cardboard, and I adjusted the scope in order to get on the paper. And there is the 3 shots from the Weatherby. Not too bad. And then things start to change quite a bit. The Steyr kept it pretty tight with the 180s, and the Weatherby opened up just a little bit. But still, those are very good. Those are perfectly good for hunting in any situation I can think of. So, but the Steyr did quite a bit better, even though I had some optical problems with the scope. Now with the 220 grain, things changed a lot. The Steyr pretty much stayed where it was, except for it dropped about a ½ an inch. The Weatherby dropped quite a bit. And so what I did was I took a sheet of paper and I traced out the group for each rifle. Here's the Weatherby. Here's the 368s, 1, 2, and 3. Here's the 3 180s, here, here, and here. But look at the 220s. This is the one I pulled, but the 220s grew pretty good, but look how much further down they dropped. Let's look at the Steyr. The Steyr did really good with all weights. They kept them all within, you know, a tight group for all 3 loads. Here's the first 2 168s, the 380s, and the 3 220s. One of the 220s printed right next to one of the 180s. So that's not too bad. So now we know that the Steyr does really well, and so does Weatherby, but the Weatherby seems to have a bit of a an issue with the different weights, and I think it's because of the free-floated barrel and the thinness of the barrel. Now the Steyr is fully supported all the way down the stock to the front, so I think that's what kept everything really tight right here. I try to keep the barrels as cool as possible, even though I was kind of under time constraint. The barrels never got so hot to where I couldn't touch them, but that's where we ended up. Let's look at some of the brass and some of the things that happened out in the field.